Sword Hero's tiny arena demo is brief, but it already shows a clear direction, a gritty Gothic-inspired action RPG where fights are weighty, wounds matter, and the world leans into early 2000s look on purpose. From the first minute, the art sells the idea. Models are a bit blocky, and the animations echo that old charm without feeling dead. Even simple interactions feel considerate. Picking up items or opening chests has that slightly stiff Gothic vibe. But there are modern flourishes too. The best example is reading. Notes and books pop up as a 3D object in front of your character's hands. You track the page with the mouse like you would with your eyes. It sounds small, yet it adds a lot of atmosphere and helps the setting feel physical rather than menu-driven. I'm a very big fan of this element. The demo keeps the scope tight. A quartermaster both sells gear and sends you into the arena. So in a few minutes you can try trading, lockpicking and short walk around before the gate opens. Lockpicking is simple, with a real chance to snap picks, so always have more of those. It's a good way to hint at how small system might stack later in the full game. Once the gate slides up and you step onto the arena, Sword Heroes becomes all about its combat philosophy. If you like Gothic's directional attacks, you will recognize the roots. Strikes come from different angles, and if you learn the riff, you can chain them by riding the weapon's momentum. Catch the backswing, flow into a vertical chop, and the follow-up lands faster than from a dead start. Miss the beat and you eat a counter. Land it and you can overwhelm a foe in a satisfying burst. You can lock onto an enemy and steer your blows towards specific body parts. Dismemberment is possible and not just for show. Blocking drains stamina. A well-timed parry staggers and gives you a window for heavy charge strike. The core loop is deliberate rather than flashy, and that fits the tone. One enemy feels fair and readable, 2 or 3 demands cool nerves, because an empty stamina bar in a crowd usually leads to a fast end. Sword Hero goes further than a simple health bar. Your life is split across head, torso, arms and legs. Each segment can be cut, infected and treated on its own. This is where the dark RPG label shows its teeth. Bleeding needs bandages, infection needs the right medicine. The game does not stop time when you dive into your inventory, so don't do that in the middle of dungeon. On paper this depth creates tension and asks you to make choices. In practice it could turn into busy work if the full game throws too many long brawls at you. The demo does not answer that balance yet, but the system feels coherent and it matches the earn your survival fantasy that defines game from this lineage. The arena also reveals how the game wants you to use the environment. As you fight, you build up resource called PSI or Psi, topped up by combat or a potion. With the warrior, the demo offers a simple Psi kick that is far more useful than it sounds. It buys space when you are boxed in, and it can send an enemy flying into the spikes wall that lines on the side of the pit. One boot, one scream, instant kill.
Nice.
The message is clear. Look at the space, not just the health bars. The demo mentions other classes too. A stealth-leaning archetype and a Skullart-style caster should channel the same Psi into different tools. Weight matters. Carry too much and an old grandpa will be swift and light compared to you, which forces trade-offs between loot, arrows and medical supplies. Ranged weapons exist but do not erase melee. It helps control a chaotic wave, not replace swordplay. There is no crossbow in the demo, sadly. Difficulty sits where it should for a Gothic-inspired project. At the start you are fragile, even a drunk brawler, the demo's opening opponent, can punish lazy timing. That early struggle is a part of the fantasy. In Gothic you became someone by surviving the first hours. The same arc seems to be forming here. The combat system rewards practice, and small improvements in timing, target selection and stamina management pay off quickly. When it clicks, fights stop feeling like a coin flips and start feeling like a duels. You spot the shoulder opening, you bait the swing, you parry late, not early, you push him a step toward the spikes, then finish with the boot. It's simple, readable and satisfying. There are concerts worth watching as the game grows. Limp damage, infections and real-time item use add texture, but they could become a chore in a long campaign if supply is too tight or if the game asks you to micromanage 4 wounds after every skirmish. Camera is sometimes janky and crowd handling is another test. In a small arena it is exciting to get pinned and claw your way out with a parry and a kick. Over dozens of hours the same patterns need variety, or it will turn stale. The solution is not necessarily new weapons. Smarter encounter design, more trap types, and more terrain tricks could keep it fresh without breaking the tone. And the cool thing is that you can throw body parts of enemies into another enemies. As the demo, it works in a tiny space. Sword Hero tells you who it is. A skill-first action RPG that borrows Gothic spine and builds extra layers around wounds, stamina, psi skills, and space control. It is sometimes harsh, sometimes a little clunky by design and already fun when you find the beat. Whether it becomes a cult favorite will depend on pacing, encounter variety, and how generous the campaign is with healing windows. If the full game delivers strong quests and smart checkpoints, this could be sort of mid-budget RPG people recommend to friends for years. For now, I am adding it to my wishlist and keeping an eye on it, on how the team handles balance. If you like the hard-won power curve, struggling early, mastering later, and you still smile when a clean parry turns a losing brawl into a stylish finish, Sword Hero deserves your attention. And below you have a link to the game. And if this video was fun for you, don't forget to leave a like. See ya, bye!